Hey everyone, good news. The fair is coming and it's coming soon, this Saturday night to a faraway island near you. Unless you've been on a different planet or an actual leveling zone doing, cataclysm stuff, you will have seen the constant trade spam. Selling decks, buying decks, trading cards, gold selling cartels, resetting markets, and mass reporting other sellers. We've had it all this week on Getting to See You. In today's video, I'm going to cover off a few things with some chapters included so you can hop around as much as you like, since I know you don't want your time wasted today. We're all pretty busy making that gold. So to start then, what are the Darkmoon decks? In Cataclysm, we've got 4 decks. Each of these take 8 cards to craft. You need the cards ace through 8, and when you craft a card, it's random which one you're going to get. They're supposed to have an equal chance. I'm not convinced, but whatever. So Volcanic is the caster damage trinket, Tsunami the healer trinket, Earthquake is tank, and Hurricane is strength for agility melee. Volcanic and Hurricane are both hugely in demand right now. The price of the Hurricane is generally a bit low in my opinion, but I guess melee have got some better options, whereas Volcanic has a surcharge for being the best. At one point yesterday, I saw Earthquakes at 800 gold on Gehennis, but Volcanic is frequently selling for around 35k. I've seen tons of screenshots of people selling their trinkets for upwards of 100k on different servers. In order to actually retrieve your trinket, you need to hand in a deck, so you visit the Darkmoon Fair to do this. This means you can only do this for 1 week each month. The fair is usually at fixed times, however this month it's arriving a week early to ensure everyone can get their trinkets before the raid. As it stands today, 23rd of May, there'll be no Darkmoon Fair for 5 weeks after the next one is finished. Sometimes the gap will be as small as 3 weeks, but because it's going to be early this month, so it's coming on Saturday, and next month is naturally falls later, you'll have a big gap. So any trinkets that are generated in this Darkmoon Fair week are going to need to last the market until the next one. So how do you craft a Darkmoon deck? You're going to need the Inscription Profession at 525 Inscription. Herbs are separated into 2 tiers. The lower tier is Cinderbloom, Ashara's Veil, Stormvine, and Heart Blossom, while the higher tier is Twilight Jasmine and Whiptail. The lower tier herbs are worth approximately half the value as the higher ones, and this is usually reflected in the price on the auction house. The part that isn't reflected in the price though is the value of your time. I always buy the higher tier for Darkmoon cards because I don't like milling. I use mouse wheel up and down. It's boring and repetitive. Even if I'm watching something on the other screen, I still just don't like doing it. So if you also hate milling, depending on prices, you can cut this stuff out by buying pigment or ink. But you will need to pay a premium because obviously if a human milled, they're going to want paying. For me, I like to bulk craft. I craft 100 cards at a time. I'd actually craft more, but my bags will only hold materials for 100. After I've done that, I like to line the cards out neatly in the guild bank. Then I'll take them out of the guild bank again and make the decks. You can also get a week aura that will display how many cards of each trinket you have. If you don't have a full deck, you can either craft more, trade cards, sell all your cards individually, or just buy the cards you need and sell any spares. If you do choose to trade, please, for the love of all things goblin, be clear about what you're trading. Want to trade my Ace of Embers for your 3 of Embers. Simple, effective, works really well. No confusion there. So there are some common pitfalls of card trading. Let me tell you right now, if it hasn't happened on your server yet, it will happen. Some bright spark will decide to buy all of the 3s, or maybe the 4s. It will just be some arbitrary card with 0 reasoning. They then will list them on the auction house for at least 14,000 gold, maybe higher. And if they see you trying to trade for it, they're going to demand your card plus like 10,000 gold tip. After that, they'll probably accuse you of only asking to trade it to resell it if you don't pay them their ransom. It's such a scummy move. I sort of respect it, but I really hate it. Also, I'm wondering right now if I should be doing that. Card trading will reach frenzy point in the hours before the fair leaves. You'll find cards at 60% of the cost of a full trinket, and the level of trading you're going to find is going to be crazy. So deciphering the profit margins, I can take no credit for work done in this section. First, look at my spreadsheet on screen right now. It's the workings of a mad person. I tried, but I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. Thankfully, the lazy gold maker did do it. I've popped a link in description to his spreadsheet and also to his channel. So if you haven't already, you should check him out. Big thank you to Okami in my Discord for finding the sheet and sharing it. You can use this ridiculously good spreadsheet to work out your average profit per trinket. Remember though, outcomes can vary wildly. If the prices are right, you should sell right away and keep buying in again and again with your profits, buying bigger and bigger each time. It is time consuming though, so if you aren't confident you can maintain the pace, then consider either waiting and selling during or after the fair, or just getting out. Now, I know some of you don't have any starter gold today. You do need a good amount of gold to get going with this. If you're crafting 100 cards, it's going to cost you at least 75,000 unless you're on a really cheap per price. And if you're crafting less than 100 cards, you're leaving yourself really wide open to bad RNG. If you can't get in this time, you can still make gold here by milling and inking. Darkmoon cards are going to be great for a really long time. I was still making really good gold at the end of Wrath of the Lich King from Noble's deck. So if you FOMO right in now without enough gold to back it up, you could end up losing a big chunk of your gold to RNG. So really, if you haven't got very much gold to get going with, I would consider just making your gold now from milling and inking. So for me anyway, after going big for a day or two, I've currently paused my production to focus on leveling. I've got a set price in mind for my herbs and I'm still buying, but I'm not actually crafting yet. Instead, I'm going to pick it up in a day or two. And then after the fair leaves, I'll make another video. So that'll be in about a week and a half to show the full results. And I'll try and get like a TSM breakdown and stuff as well. But basically, after an initial investment of about 350,000, I'm now around 175,000 up on it. So it has been super profitable, but it did take up a lot of time. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch today. Maybe you're milling right now yourself. I'd love to know how it's going for you. And I hope you're enjoying your Cataclysm Classic so far. If you found today's video useful, then please do take a minute to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot. Bye.